So guys, I don't want this to be a long video, but I really want you to hear me out. In my opinion, this is all allegedly, but it's the alleged truth. I believe the FBI/government had involvement with taking down Charlie Kirk. As previously saw, Malcolm X, JFK, Martin Luther King, so on and so forth. You know, people who speak out, who gain a large following. All of them. JFK, Martin Luther, Malcolm X, they all said things that had people divided. Some people agree with them, some people didn't. Regardless, they had a huge following. And I believe where your following gets to the point where you actually can have control over the masses, that's when the higher ups take you out, my opinion. But I don't want you guys to fall for the trap, because the government, the FBI's job is to, as well as the CIA collectively, is to create chaos. Okay? Taking out Charlie Kirk created multiple forms of chaos. Multiple. Not only did it upset people, mainly starting with his personal family, not only did it upset people, it also happened live on live TV. A lot of people will never be able to get that, you know, out of their minds. A lot of people are going to be scarred for life for that. Not only that, but us regular folks that maybe weren't tuned in live, that weren't anywhere near the location, but we see what's going on. Let me tell you, and hear me out. If you don't take away anything from this video, take away this. Do not discuss the situation at work. Do not discuss the situation while you're at the gym, while you're out about in public, restaurant, fast, wherever you are. Do not discuss your opinion about Charlie Kirk, mainly at work. This will end up getting you fired. I'm telling you, do not get into a heated debate to the fact where you're going back and forth, where it's so loud, where your other co-workers are here, and maybe it gets back to your boss. Maybe a customer overhears it and is offended by your opinion. Keep your opinions within your household, okay? Also, just in general, do not fall for the division, okay? Rest in peace to that man. He was still a human being, and it was not right. Nobody deserves to die that way. Nobody deserves to die at the hands of another human being in general. It should be up to God when it is our time to go. But unfortunately, we have people that take life into their own hands. It is what it is. But do not fall for the chaos, guys. Please hear me out. I didn't agree with some of the stuff he said. I'm not gonna lie to you. But at the end of the day, I still have love for white people. I'm sorry, I do. I'm speaking off of experience, me personally. I grew up in the hood. I lived in the suburbs, moved back to the hood. I've been back and forth my whole life, okay? White people have done more positive things for me than negative. Black people have not been there for me the way white people have. I'm just keeping it real. And I'm not saying black people didn't help me out at all throughout my life, because they have. But as far as helping me get ahead in life, as far as actually giving me a helping hand, as far as actually not just using a word of mouth, but being proactive, it was white people, okay? So I am not a racist person, man. I love everybody who loves me. If you don't disrespect me, I'm not going to disrespect you. If you treat me well, I'm going to treat you well. It's that simple. Obviously, I made mistakes where I've done people wrong, but I've asked them for forgiveness, and I've asked God for forgiveness. But at the end of the day, we cannot be divided, man. There are some people that have no problems with white people. No problems with white people. As soon as they hear one white person that has power or some type of following, now white people are racist, white people are this, white people that. Who do you work for? Most black people, most minorities that are talking down on Charlie Kirk, their boss of the company, the boss that they never see, is a white man. You work for the white man. How are you going to talk down on white people when you work for the white man? The white man is making sure your family is taken care of. I know you're going to say, well, I show up to work, I do the job. It doesn't matter. There are a lot of states where an employer can fire you without reason, just because they want to. Just because they want to. Keep that in mind. So just your performance alone is not what's keeping you there. You are replaceable. Most people are replaceable. There are over 100 to probably thousands of applicants that have applied to the job you're currently working right now. There is always somebody willing to take your position. Black people need to take a step back and actually look at your jobs. Look at your previous jobs. Pull up your resume since you forgot. A lot of you black people only pull up your resume when you're about to apply for a new job. No, you have a job, look at your resume. Look at your past work experience. Who did you work for? Was the owner of that company a black man? Was he a Muslim man? Was he? No, he wasn't. I highly doubt it. So how dare you talk down on white people as a whole just because you don't like one thing one white person says? Guys, do not fall for the division. Again, the higher-ups love to create chaos. They already been talking about population control on both sides, red and blue, Democrat, Republican. They've both been talking about population control. If they can create chaos, if they can create division, even more than it already is, that's what they want. That's what they don't want us to come together. They don't want us to love each other and hold hands and pray together and eat healthy together and work out together and care about our kids together, our future, because some parents don't care about their kids and their future. Some parents do. They don't want us to all be on the same one accord. But now is the time to do it, because you know what that showed me, what happened to Charlie Kirk, that if you say something they don't like, they will take you out. And again, we've seen that with plenty of motivational speakers that actually gain a huge following. We've seen that. I'm honestly surprised that Minister Farrakhan is still alive. He has to be controlled opposition. He has to be. Because he was responsible, was it him or Martin Luther King, for the Million Man March? Correct me if I'm wrong. It might have been Martin Luther King. But I know for a fact, Minister Farrakhan, correct me if I'm saying his name wrong, he has a huge following. He speaks against corruption. So he has to be controlled opposition. Just in general, Muslims, a lot of the Muslims, the higher up ones, the one that you see on the forefront on TV, go to the White House with public officials, whether that's mayors, whether that's politicians, those Muslims, they are controlled opposition. I'm telling you right now. Why do you think you see those Muslims with rappers all the time? As soon as a rapper gets out of jail, he's a Muslim now. He's with all the big Muslims that are on TV. Why do you think that is? Why do you think most of the time a black man goes to prison, he comes out Muslim? He finds Muslim in prison because they are controlled opposition. They're up there with the CIA and the FBI government. I'm not talking about the small Muslims in your community, the small little Muslim communities you know around the hood. I'm not talking about those. I'm talking about the ones that we see that they put in front of our faces. Any type of leaders that you see them put in our faces, they are controlled oppositions. It's that simple. And honestly, Charlie Kirk was controlled opposition too. You know why? Because he wasn't aware of his surroundings. The people that are searching for his killer are the ones that took him out. Allegedly. I have to say allegedly. Let me say it again. The people that are looking for his killer are the ones that took him out. It's that simple, man. I've talked about this in my video with Kai Cenat and Marlon Wayans about sacrifice, right? How Marlon Wayans is surrounded by death. So are the presidents. All the presidents are related through the bloodline. Freemason, occult worship. Why do you think George Bush, Bill Clinton all attended Skull and Bones at Yale New Haven University? Why do you think that is? Why do you think Skull and Bones was the one they went to? Why do you think that fraternity has such an obsession with death? You got to kiss a skull in the mouth. You got to lay in a coffin. Because it's about sacrifice. It's all demonic. It's all evil. The devil wants sacrifices for you to remain in position. So every president has been through it. Every president has done a sacrifice, and Charlie Kirkman was Trump's sacrifice, allegedly. I have to keep saying allegedly. I don't want nobody trying to sue me or nothing like that. But yeah, if you even just listened or read Trump's first reaction to his death, his first words were, "Charlie Kirkman is dead." What type of first statement is that? Why didn't he say, "Unfortunately, Charlie Kirkman has passed away. He's dead"? That's just like, it's just brutal. It's just brutal. It's straight to the point. It's like he didn't even matter to you. I don't care what he said after that. That alone, the way he started off was horrible. It was terrible. So you people got to realize, man, without us, there is no Democratic and Republic. If you people don't go out and vote, they don't exist. We have to stop feeding into this crap, feeding into politics. Politics is negative. For years, 10, 20, 30, 40 years, we've been asking them, we wanting them what? To ban corn. Actually, the P word, P-O-R-N. I don't want to say it up here, but to ban corn. Liquor needs to be illegal again. A lot of people think guns should be banned. They're not really doing much about guns. But just in general, man, no president has given us the actual change we deserve to make this country a better place. So when you people are going to realize you got to stop voting? You got to stop feeding into this crap. We are the consumers. We consume to keep businesses running, to keep politics going. If we stop consuming to this crap, if we focus more on our families, more on our neighbors. Some of you people don't even talk to your neighbors, don't even care who your neighbors are, don't even speak to them. That's what the government wants. They want division. They don't want you speaking to your neighbors. They don't want you being cool with your neighbors. They don't want you to tell your neighbor, "Hey, I'm going on vacation. Can you keep an eye on the house for me for a week? Can you feed my cat?" They don't want that. They want you guys to dislike each other, not speak to each other, not ask for help in a time of need. but you live right next door to that person. You see that person almost pretty much every day. Make it make sense, guys. So now, if neighbors were cool, or if they weren't cool, they're definitely not going to be cool now, because one neighbor doesn't like Charlie Kirkman, the other one does. Sorry if I'm saying his name wrong. You guys know what I mean, okay? It doesn't matter. Honestly, I did not know who this guy was until he passed away. So excuse me for not saying his name wrong. I'm not perfect, but you guys know who I'm talking about, all right? But I don't want to drag this video, and I told you I didn't want this to be a long video. Just don't fall for the plot, guys. Please don't fall for it. Do not become this extreme racist person, a black person that hates white people now, that's against white people just because he said things you didn't like. When you know damn well most of your life, again, all your bosses have been white, and you show up on time, and you stay for overtime, and you do what they ask of you. And we just have to love one another, because that's what Jesus Christ wants. That's what Jesus Christ wants. He wants us to have love for each other, not hate. Not every white person is bad. Not every black person is bad. All right? You guys comment down below. You share, like, subscribe if you haven't already. And I'll catch you in the next one. Peace and love.